Welcome. Our question for today is, how do I best prepare for 2022 when there are so many things happening in the mental health industry? So there are a lot of things happening in the mental health industry. Big companies, tech companies are coming in. They're trying to dominate the market. We know about Talkspace. We know about BetterHelp. We know about a lot of these companies that are providing virtual only or text only services, making a lot of people uncomfortable, scared, variety of feelings. There are group practices out there buying other group practices, creating networks, these large networks, these large group practices. There's group practices expanding. There's not enough therapists, I think, across the nation, internationally. There is definitely a shortage at all levels of care. I am obviously in private practice, but I see it with my friends who work at hospitals, who work at jails, who work at schools. There's a shortage of counselors. There's a shortage of therapists, psychologists, social workers. I don't know where everybody is at. If people retired, people are not entering the field. Maybe they're like, hey, I've been told I'm not going to make any money, so I'm not going to go into this field. And so there's a shortage across the board. And especially I'm in South Florida, and we are definitely seeing a shortage. Almost every group practice I know is hiring. Every treatment center is hiring. The jail is hiring. The hospitals are hiring. The schools are hiring. It's hiring. When I took a look at Indeed, I couldn't believe how many people were hiring. And then we're also competing with other companies like ThriveWorks. I see them all the time, and some other companies larger companies that are recruiting. So these are called threats. When you look at a SWOT analysis, which is looking at your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, this is a threat. Some of those things are threats. They can also be opportunities. So I can talk about that. So some of these virtual companies are threats to our business, and we have to at least acknowledge that and figure out what we want to do about that. I can talk about what our group practice is doing to combat that. Is really an opportunity is for us to offer in-person sessions. The COVID numbers are going down. People are calling in droves for in-person sessions. We have expanded our offices to keep up with that demand, and that has really been an amazing opportunity for us. So that is one way we took a threat and made it an opportunity. So you may decide you don't want to do, in-person counseling, or you're going to only do like a hybrid situation. That's okay. I'm not here to preach going back in office if you're not comfortable or you're not ready to do that. But I do want to talk about how you can take some of these threats that are happening and turn them into opportunities for yourself. One opportunity that we also jumped on was hiring like pre-licensed professionals. Before, when I would only hire licensed people, and I have hired some amazing pre-licensed professionals. And that has been such a great opportunity for our practice. And so when you're planning for 2022, I want you to really do a SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? And what are your threats? Write those down. And when I do this in-person, like an in-person workshop, I have people do like 10 to 20 for each. Sometimes they're like, oh, this is like so much, especially when we get to like strengths. Therapists are like notorious for like, oh, I have like one strength. I'm this like vague thing. And then they're like, oh, weaknesses. They're like 10 weaknesses, 20 weaknesses easily. But I really want you to write those down. What are your strengths? Put more strengths than anything else. What are your weaknesses? What are opportunities and what are threats? And from those opportunities, I want you to start setting goals for yourself for the next year. So if you are seeing a threat, maybe that, you're a group practice owner and the group practice, down the street from you was bought up by somebody else. Maybe an opportunity is a new marketing avenue. Maybe it's finally investing in a Google AdWords campaign or revitalizing your website, right? So we can't be complacent in the mental health realm. We definitely can't be now because there are a lot of things going on. I don't want to scare people like doom is coming and these companies are coming in and these things are happening, but we have to be on top of our game. A lot of people left mental health alone. And now that is not the case. So I want to talk about one thing I saw interesting that happened in South Florida. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that's really full service and can help you bring your practice to the next level, that provides you with excellent customer service, a free telehealth option. You can do billing from there, send text message reminders to your clients, have clients fill out paperwork. I want you to check out TherapyNotes. When I first started in private practice like 8 years ago, I couldn't find a mental health program for the life of me. And that was really tough. I had some clients who would have really benefited from a higher level of care, and there really wasn't one locally. Because of insurance reimbursement rates and access to care and providers, just a variety of things, there started to become mental health programs, and a lot of substance abuse programs opened up mental health components, which has been phenomenal, fantastic. And so I am seeing how all levels of care are increasing. There are more levels of care. There are not just like the outpatient mental health or like severe and pervasive mental, illness, hospitalization. There's tons of levels of care that have opened up. Because of that, I think there's some employee like a shortage because people are working for a variety of settings that they never did before. So I think that an opportunity is just really the growth of mental health. People are going to therapy in droves. They're getting the help that they need. They're reaching out. There's conversations about mental health in ways that there never have been before. So I think that's the biggest opportunity for 2022. So whatever your growth looks like, I see that for you. I see that for my practice, and I see that for the mental health sphere in general. So I would love to hear how you did with your SWOT analysis. If you want to comment below, let us know how it went. I'm here most days to answer your questions. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.